I've never seen anybody play this lethargic and he's like slow motion part 2, bro.
Like Summer League, huh?
I don't know I don't know how everybody gets duped by it. I don't get it. Like everybody else seems like they're playing full speed and he seems like he's playing half speed, but it works for him. He's special, obviously. I wonder, look, I relate him to another guy from the Eastern Bloc, okay? Nikola Jokic. Obviously, in Denver, we know all about him. 3-time MVP, just won a title. Nikola, early in his career, was kind of chubby, and everybody made fun of him because he's kind of a fat boy, and then he went home one summer and came back right before his first MVP season. I'm pretty sure, or maybe it was right before the bubble, one of the two, or after the bubble, whatever it was. And he was felt and could run all day. And now all you hear about is how he's in the best shape and he can outrun all the bigs. And that's what projected him in an upward direction to a championship and multiple MVPs, in my opinion. So if I watched Luka foul out last night, and I'm looking at a shot of him at the end of the game, and he's he's looking sad faced because he's down 3-0 and he just fouled out of a finals game. And superstars don't foul out of finals games, guys. Let's be real. And he's standing there and he's got his beard and everything, and he's got a fat ass double chin, bro. And I'm just looking at it like, yo, I'm telling you, I wonder what would happen if Luka if his fat ass actually got in shape and was really committed to being actually in shape. He wouldn't be fouling out because his feet wouldn't be slow late in games. He wouldn't decline in the second half the way he does because he's awesome at the beginning of the games and he's been terrible at the end of them. And at the end of playoff games, that's all that matters. Kyrie finally broke out of his shell last night and had a good game, but then again, Luka fouled out and wasn't there at the end of the game to rally them. So, look, this is a wake-up call for Luka Doncic. You're about to get swept in the finals. The NBA product this year for the playoffs has been relatively shitty. Let's be real. But I want to see Luka full steam ahead, in shape, ready to go next year for the Mavs, because this is a missed opportunity for them.
Hey, even last night's game, until they went on a 22 run, it was really a horrible fucking game. It was a blowout. Terrible. It was a horrible game, and then they had to go on a 22 run to get back in the game, and then down the stretch, the Celtics clearly go to who they think their Batman is, Jaylen Brown, not Tatum. And then Luka, to your point, to Smitty's point, we both understand the Euro player has never come in and been some ripped goddess like Giannis or something. Giannis is a separate Euro.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. Let's talk stereotypes. Let's talk.
Why is Giannis separate? Isn't he from Greece?
Let's talk white Euros. White Euros are built like Matt and I. We're athletic, athletes and all that, but we're just not defined like a brother. Let's be real.
Oh no, the fact, these are facts. Giannis looks like a Greek god.
Hey Matt, Luka's not DNA. We know Luka doesn't have the DNA, but we also know he's not fucking in shape.
But he could get in shape.
Yes.
Jokic isn't gonna pop his shirt off and have an 8-pack and look like fucking.
He shouldn't be this, Matt. He shouldn't look like me. He shouldn't look like me.
That's what I'm saying. Luka looks like he's playing pickup games at the fucking 24-hour fitness down here. And I wonder if he's playing slow or if he's just. Can you imagine how good Luka could be if he actually could play at a speed that was dude? I think one of the reasons he's so good is everyone's fucking shocked that he's moving so slow. They're like, oh, how do I guard this dude when he's moving this slow? I almost don't understand how he does it. So
Matt, I gotta be honest.
Imagine what he could do in shape.
Matt, look at this. If we look at it, first of all, he's hurt. We know that. That's number one, because you're out of shape. Number two, we're clearly seeing you holding everything on offense because you don't want to expend any energy because you are clearly exhausted because you're so out of shape. And
he's a dog shit defender too.
We only and then Matt, I brought it up to Smitty in the football world. Fatigue makes cowards of us all. Mm-hmm. And if you're out of shape, which he is, I believe that it's clearly evident, and he's on that side. But let me ask you, no fun or pun intended on this deal with him. But when they beat the T-Wolves, he was holding and drinking a can of beer, and Michael Finley snatched it out of his hand. It was like a funny viral moment. But doesn't he look like a beer body motherfucker?
Well, I'm gonna challenge everybody's narrative here. You know, John Morant made a lot of bad decisions on film. Partying, drinking, and shotgun willies with strippers, with guns. Luka isn't held to the same standard. He's not making mistakes with firearms, obviously, but bro, obviously this kid likes to party his ass off. Maybe he just doesn't record it. So
hey, so does Luka, Matt. So does your boy Luke, Joker, and he wins. He wins though. He won.
Well, yeah, but my point is like the only reason you don't see it is because Luka is not recording it every 5 minutes.
Right.
So like, again, really focus on the game and be the best version of yourself, Luka. And you're probably, I bet you this series is 6 or 7. But I'm telling you, man, there's a huge like accountability problem in the NBA, and everybody knows why it is because the players make so much goddamn money you can't really say anything to them.
I've been saying it. Smitty, I know Smitty wants to say something, but I got to ask you guys both. Like, let's be real here. To me, it's player empowerment that I talk about all the time because we're clearly seeing it. He yelled and barked back at Jason Kidd yesterday on the sideline, like, challenge the fucking call. Like he's talking to a player and not the head coach. And I'm like, there's a clear-cut reason right there why Jason Kidd can't get through to him and get his ass in shape or play defense. So if you talk to the head coach that way, then I guarantee the head coach probably isn't talking to you in a manner that you're receiving to do the things that is required of a superstar. That's number one thing. But number two, like I'm looking at all this, the league in general and what we talk about. This is what Gilbert Arenas brought up on his show a couple months ago that Smitty and I discussed. This is the Euro movement, Matt. The Euros have 1,000% softened this league. I don't care what anyone says. This is a Euro fundamentally sound league that comes from Europe. Players that actually go through the fundamentals and all these things we talk about, which is equated to a softer league. The NBA has got more Euros year in, year out. More Euros are coming in the league. And it's taken away the physicality and it's added bitching and moaning at an all-time cliff. And I'm so glad that Joker don't fucking bitch and moan like these other fucks. But the Euros, I'm just telling you, has softened the league to where everybody now bitches and moans. Like everybody. We talked about this a month ago, Matt, when the playoffs started. The bitching and moaning is just unbearable. When Denver was playing Minnesota in the second round, it was unbearable to watch this fucking crybaby prima donnas continue to. And then you got a 10-minute review, Matt, thrown on top of it.
But are you blaming the foreigners? Or are you, because earlier you blamed LeBron for the way Luka is crying because you know Luka looks up to LeBron and you said LeBron is the guy who's always whining and goes to the refs and all that. And that's an American star. To me, I think there's some truth to what you say, but I also think that the league caters to their stars, obviously, right? It goes even going back to Jordan. Jordan was getting killed by the bad boys Pistons. They ended up changing some rules around to benefit Jordan, to protect Jordan because they didn't want their stars to get hurt. So I'm saying it started from there, and then obviously years and years passed, and it just kept getting softer and softer and softer.
Who was in the league first?
More Euros started coming to the league as well. I'm saying you're right, but I think it's more to it is all I'm saying.
But I'm just saying Euros were in the league before LeBron. Dirk Nowitzki was in the league before LeBron.
Right, for sure. But that era was physical, though. That era was physical, though. Like, we never was saying in 2001 that the NBA was software.
No, Matt, before you say something, Matt, to Smitty's point, I don't think Smitty's understanding my point. It wasn't as many Euros then, Smitty.
Right.
It's more Euros now.
There really wasn't. There wasn't as many guys.
That's true.
It was Detlef Schrempf and Arvydas Sabonis and names I can't even really name it. I was a huge
Petrovic.
fan.
We had Petrovic, JUCO,
Turkoglu,
fucking Vlade Divac, Tony Kukoc,
Tony Kukoc, yeah.
Tony Kukoc.
Yeah, even though Tony Parker and Ginobili were Euros, Paris and wherever Ginobili's from,
they are Euros, literally.
Those were Euros, and Duncan played like a Euro, right? Fundamental, big fundamental.
He's from the island or some shit,
he's
right?
From the island.
Yeah,
he's not Euro, but
he's Virgin Islands, yeah.
Island, but I'm just saying we've saturated the league with these guys, and I think it's just.
Let's be real. Basketball's a softer game too, so
no doubt, and it's becoming soft.
Thank you.
Basketball's a soft. It's a soft. I'm not saying it's soft. I'm saying it's softer. So
yeah,
everything's a foul. Like, look, I don't know if they're letting them play. I don't know if they're foul heavy. I don't know, man. Every NBA game is full of whistles. It's what it is. I don't know if the bet. I just think that I think overall the product has been extremely, like, this year especially.
Yeah.
All year has been like, ugh, like, goddamn, man, this shit is kind of like taxing. It's kind of like hard to watch. So that's all
it is hard to watch. It's not actually. It is. Matt, I got to ask you before we get off this basketball tip with two old whites and get to some football. At least we could talk about it and not be criticized like all the dick writers.
Yeah, the MVP of the league is a big white guy. I don't want to hear it.
I know. Let me ask you this. To Luka's back to Luka deal.
He ain't white though. He's foreign white. But
motherfucker, he's white. He's as white as it gets. He's Eastern bloc white. You don't get whiter than that.
He's not American white. Is what I meant.
He's Anglo. Either is American. American whites aren't American white.
I know.
American white aren't American white, dog. Everybody here is an immigrant.
Hey Matt, let me ask you something.
Oh, that's not true. But okay.
You mentioned it to start the show. You said that Luka fouled out of a finals game.
When's the last time you saw that?
My entire point, Matt. That is my entire point to this whole conversation. First of all, if you're in shape, you don't foul out, to Matt's point. Number two, if you're not a crybaby motherfucker every single day, do you really think a superstar is being directed to be fouled out of games by the refs in this era? You think Adam Silver wants the fucking star to be ejected out of a game because of foul trouble in this NBA? Fuck no.
I couldn't believe that they gave him the sixth foul. Like, I thought for sure they were going to call Jaylen Brown on a push.
Don't you think, Matt? Don't you look at it, Matt and Smitty, and say, man, this motherfucker, crybaby ass motherfucker, man, he's rest tired of this motherfucker.
I will say this though, to the NBA, the minute you guys ejected Luka, I turned the game off.
Yeah,
I knew it was over. Why? I'm not here to watch Hardaway Jr. and PJ Washington. They're good players.
Hey, listen, I don't have the stat sheet in front of me, but I think Hardaway played 15 minutes last night, scored 0, gave out 0 assists, got 0 rebounds.
He had a 0 stat line?
He had a 0 stat line in 15 minutes. Why was he out
Holy
there?
Shit, that's not good.
Jason Kidd was just trying to find something. The good thing about Hardaway was the third best player in the regular season. He got hurt at the beginning of the playoffs, fell out the rotation, and now he just hasn't been the same, unfortunately. I'm trying to look. I think you're right, too. He had 3 rebounds, JB, in 19 minutes. 0 assists, 0 points. 3 rebounds.
Oh, shit, man. The ball rolled to him 3 times, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.